Hey guys, for today's Vlogmas, I'm going to be styling my hair so I can get ready for work. No one's here. I thought it was a perfect opportunity to just come here, do a really quick video. I figured that I would style my hair a little bit. You guys know I never style my hair. Like, I don't even care. Maybe that makes me a bad hairstylist, whatever. I'm not gonna like do a whole bunch. I feel like an 80-year-old lady. Like, I'm literally just gonna do the top and the sides because that's all I see, but whatever. I have a little bit of a natural wave to my hair, so that's gonna curl up a little bit through the day. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of add a little bit of a loose wave to the top and kind of do my sides a little bit more, so at least it's not frizzy and styles a little bit better for the day. That's one thing that I tell all my clients that have curly hair is don't fight your curl, work with it. If you have curly hair, when my hair was really long, I would wear my curl. I feel like what people have a hard time about their curl is that it's just the frizz. So if you could just dry for the most part, just this top section and like around your face, get a curling iron or a flat iron, whatever, take really small sections and just put a really loose curl in there. Enough to where it's not like a perfect curl, just, you know, wrap it around or whatever, and then scrunch it in with the rest of your hair. And that's gonna get rid of the frizz that people don't like if you have clients or for yourself. It's gonna get rid of the frizz. It's gonna help form the curl a little bit more to blend. Even like get some hairspray and like scrunch it in with your curls. That way it will blend. It's not gonna look like you have this curled and like, you know, the underneath part isn't. So that's a really good tip for anybody that has curly hair and you don't know how to style it. Just do what I'm doing today. You know, just imagine if my hair was longer, because this is what I used to do all the time. And this works perfectly. Another thing I wanted to talk about is going booth rental. And for people that, because I get asked quite a bit, on should I go booth rental or not, and my question is this: can you afford to go booth rental? Do you have the clientele for it? And like, are you set up to be able to like do that right now? Just my story, when I went booth rental, I had zero clientele. Okay, really quickly. So I've been booth rental twice. The first time, I had a clientele, and I had to think of it like, even if only 50% of your clients follow you, which is about average, you're still gonna be breaking even, because if you work for a salon that's like 50% commission, you have to realize that that 50% commission is gonna be following you, and you're gonna be getting 100% of the profit of that. So do you understand what I'm saying? So that way, you know, don't feel like, oh crap, I only have, you know, 50% or however much of my clients are following me. 50% of your clients, you get 100% of that, and that basically evens out to, you know, 100% of your clients only getting 50% of the profit. So, so I would say, if you're confident enough to go booth rental, the way that you should go about it is make sure that you have everything that you need. Like, if you're working at a salon and you're doing commission, make sure before you even tell your salon, make sure that you have every single schedule. Make sure that you are set up at your salon that you're heading to. Make sure that if you get kicked out the day that you tell them, that you're set up that you might be able to go work that next day if you have to, because you have to be prepared. It's, you know, you want to be courteous and let your, you know, manager or whoever know, like, hey, I have plans that I'm going to be leaving. I appreciate, you know, you letting me grow here, but I'm going to step out on my own and do booth rental. Chances are they might let you go that day. The manager that I worked with was understanding, and she let us finish out, you know, our time frame, and, you know, we really appreciated her for that. But chances are some places are just going to be like, pack your stuff and get out, because they don't want you to contact your clients and give them a heads up and then they're going to follow you. So make sure that you've already done all your contacting, get all of your client info, your formulas, your schedules, everything before you even tell your current salon. That way, if they kick you out, you're ready to go, and you're really just doing a courteous to them for a 2 weeks notice, just to, you know, not ruin any you know, break any bridges or whatever. But just be prepared that they might tell you to bounce like immediately. Another thing is, so I at one point was living in California and I got divorced and had to move back home here to Washington. And I was gone long enough because my husband at the time was he was in the military. So when I moved to California, I thought it was gonna be a permanent thing. And so I had given away all of my clients, and I didn't want to be disrespectful to the clients that I had referred, or, you know, the stylists that I had referred my clients to, because I had been gone long enough that I felt like I don't want to be rude and like pop back up and be like, hey, I'm home if you want to like come get your hair done by me, because I just felt like that's bad business. I mean, if they found out that I was home and they wanted to come see me, that's different. Like, that's totally fine. So I just didn't reach out to anybody because I didn't want to be rude. Like, they had been settled with their stylist for years, so that's fine. I needed to literally grow and start over again. So when I came and went booth right here, which was only 3 years ago, I had zero clientele. I was a single mom. I was completely on my own. I wasn't able to get hired anywhere else. I had a drive inside of me because I had a house payment. I had all of this stuff that I had to figure this out on my own. I don't have time to waste. So I ended up knowing a lot of the gals here that I worked with, because it actually, the location where my salon is now was the actual beauty school that I went to, and the owner of the salon was one of my instructors. I actually worked with all the girls that were here previously at another salon. We all worked together, so I knew I would fit in really good and it wouldn't be awkward or uncomfortable to start. So the owner actually saw a picture that I had done of somebody's hair that I posted, just because I was, you know, in my neighborhood. I was like, hey, you know, I'm a hairstylist. If anybody needs their hair done, like I was doing in-house hair, whatever. And so I had posted like a friend or something, and she saw it and she was like, hey, where are you working at? I'm like, honestly, nowhere. And she's like, well, you've got a spot at my salon if you ever want it. And at first I was like, yeah, right. Like, I can't afford booth rental. Like, I literally have zero clientele. And I was gonna leave it at that. But then I was like, just message her and like see, can I just come in and like see the salon? Like, would it be a good fit? Can I hang out for the day? Like, can I see how things are or whatever? And so I ended up going down there and we were talking, and I just told her, I'm like, look, I can't afford even part-time, but I'm able to be here full-time though. And so she was gracious enough to let me pay by day. So I was here 5 days a week. I didn't limit my hours. I was literally here every day that I could possibly be. And I ended up posting on Facebook. You guys, use social media to your advantage. If you're starting out and if you don't have a clientele, I literally went on the Facebook marketplace and I would post pictures of all of my work, and I would say, hey, like partial foil and a haircut for $75 or $100 or whatever, or balayage for $100. Like, keep it at $100. Don't go over, don't overwork yourself. Like, don't do a full service for like, you know, $100. But people are always looking for a deal. And honestly, that is what got me my clientele, because I was able to post those pictures. I filled my books up, and it might not seem like a lot, but I had like some days, a lot of the days, maybe I only had 2 clients a day, but guess what? 2 clients at $100 each, that's $200 in a day. Starting out with nothing, like, that was a lot to me. So you have to think about that. Maybe you have to just start at the bottom and give away services really cheap, or go on there, like, you know, trends are always changing. So go on there and just be like, hey, I'm looking for a model call. Like, the service will be discounted, but I just want to try this new technique out, or I want to try this new color or service or whatever it is. I'm looking for models. You will pay a product fee of, say, $75 or something. And so just get people in that way. So that's how I was able to start my booth rental, is that I was just here every single day. Maybe one day I only had a wax, but for the majority, I had enough people coming in that wanted to come in from the Facebook marketplace or social media or whatever you're doing it from. And I was able to grow my business that way. And those people rebooked. And yeah, there were some flaky people, but some of those people that are on there are people that are maybe moving and are new to the area and they're looking for a hairstylist or whatever. So a really good handful of those people that were from the marketplace is what I started my business out with. So I highly suggest, if you're in the position, if you have the drive to start booth rental, and if you are lucky enough to find a place that will only charge you per day, like, you know, $45 a day, $35 a day, $50 a day, whatever, $50, $200, you know, just take that 50 out of it. Like, that's still $150 a day. That's decent. So just find a spot, if you're able to, where somebody will work with you, and just be upfront and honest with them. Like, I really know that I can do a good job. I know I can build, but am I able to do per day? Or maybe they're really only willing to do part-time or something like that. But that's okay, because part-time is usually, you know, maybe like $400 a month or something. So, you know, maybe they'll let you break it into multiple payments or something. I don't know. Just, if you feel like you're ready at a spot to be able to go part-time, or booth rental, then I highly recommend it. If you are just coming out of beauty school, and if you're married in a relationship or whatever, if somebody else is the breadwinner of your family, 100% find a salon that is booked and they actually have a receptionist. If you're worried that you don't have a clientele, utilize the social media to bring in your own clients. Or go somewhere where you don't have to worry about your stream of income if somebody else is there to support you. I 100% suggest going booth rental and just starting out with nothing, because you can grow. Even if you just do a handful of clients, you know, say, what if you only do like 3 clients in a week at like $150, $200? That's like $600 in a week, which you're not going to make that hourly. Like, you're not going to. That would be like, when I worked hourly for 2 weeks, I think my highest paycheck was like $400 or something. I mean, that's just crazy. So I feel like I'm dragging on, because you guys know how I like to ramble. But I know people have asked me before about booth rental, and I felt like I should just touch base on it, because I feel like it's important and people should know, like, you can do it. You can start with nothing and do booth rental. You just need to be confident in yourself. You got to utilize, you know, social media and the tools that you have given. And if you have somebody that can support you and you're able to build your business and grow from nothing, then I recommend that too. Because if they're okay with you maybe not bringing in the most right now, like, the least amount that you're gonna bring is more than what you would bring in hourly somewhere else. So highly recommend that. And if you have someone or a place to go to where they're really full and they have people that are calling all the time, like, find a salon in the area where it's like, you know, that that's the salon that everybody goes to or whatever, and see if they have a spot available for you, if they'd be willing to work with you, because chances are they have overflow. They have to turn away clients because maybe they don't have enough spots available. If you are there and you have complete availability, I bet your books will get filled really fast. So anyways, that's that. And I hope that wasn't boring, but if you guys have any questions about booth rental, leave it in the comment section below. If you guys want me to actually go into more detail about booth rental and how to get set up and what you should get and all that stuff, then I would be happy to do a video on that also. But I'm gonna get to the rest of the service, and yeah, look at my hair. Isn't it like, it's okay? Just do the top section, throw a few in the back, and call it good.